रेडियो ऑलिव 106.3 एफएम से मैं हूँ आरजे विवेक एंड आज ऑफ माय प्लेलिस्ट के लिए मेरे साथ है सिंगर एंड म्यूजिक कंपोजर फ्रॉम मुंबई हु हैज कंपोज्ड फॉर वेरियस वेब सीरीज एंड मूवीज लाइक बॉम्बे बेगम्स, मिर्जापुर, बागी 2. Anand Bhaskar, welcome to Radio Olive.
Hi, Vivek. Thank you for having me.
So, firstly, let's start talking about from the collective. How and when did you start your collective, and how did you meet your band members?
It's not like a very revolutionary story, really. I was in a job, I was in a desk job back then. And there was this thing about writing my own music and releasing it.
Okay.
And I was always under the impression that जब तक मेरे पास band नहीं होगा, तब तक I won't be able to write and release and whatnot. But then my wife said that, why don't you start recording your music? Work with a music producer, record your music and get musicians to come and play on your songs. And once the music is ready, then you start sending it out to musicians and see if they would like to play with you.
So your collective released this amazing song last year and around the same time, and that's the song of my playlist this week, and it's called Main Hoon Zameen. And in that poster, before releasing the real song, you had written in the caption that the wait that lasted for 3 long years. What was the story behind that?
Honestly speaking, what happens is that bands go through lineup changes all the time.
Definitely, yeah.
We went through management change as well. Went through a lot of different phases where we changed our style of writing music. Like Main Hoon Zameen is, even though it stays true to our sound, it's really quite different from what we've written before Main Hoon Zameen.
Yeah.
So we wanted to sort of also move away from the heavy sound that we were associated with in our first 2 albums. Our first 2 albums are very heavy sonically, very heavy rock. So Main Hoon Zameen was sort of different musical direction for us. We've used a lot more electronic elements. Textural stuff is happening, which wasn't happening a lot in the previous material. But Main Hoon Zameen was a product of 3 years of wait because it was a song that I had written quite some time ago. But then we sort of reworked on it and we sort of rewrote it several different ways to come at the final arrangement. We even went through a bunch of producers to finally decide that we'll produce it ourselves. We played shows, we made money, we invested it into the song. And, the director of the music video who's also written the lyrics for the song. This was the first time I collaborated with somebody else for lyrics. He came in and he stepped in to direct the music video as well. And he even sort of paid some money from his own pocket to make sure the crew travels with us to three different cities. So from just being an audio release, it became one big project. Which took a long time to finally reach completion. And I'm happy with the reaction the video has got. I'm okay with not getting billions and gazillions of views because I know that whatever traction we get is organic and is genuine. And our fan base, even though limited right now, will react to every word and every line of every song. And that's what happens when we play a show. People sing back our songs. And that's what every artist lives for. Yeah.
So the video has people who are trying to make a change in the society is what I've seen. There are people from NGOs in the video. So how did you choose the theme for this particular video, or was it the director who thought of this particular idea?
The concept of the music video came from my wife. I was discussing it with the director as well. After going through various concepts, my wife said that why don't we do this? Why don't we take real life heroes who are not talked about, but they are doing small things in whatever limited capacity they can, and that's leading to bigger changes. Like one of the heroes in the film, George, he creates food forests, and that's such a novel idea. So then, we narrowed down these 3 people. This girl called Reshma who feeds 300-400 stray cats every day. She takes them to the hospital if they need medical attention, and her major source of income is tuitions. She basically takes these teaches children from school children, in various subjects, and she pours half her earnings into tending to this
lovely
these stray pets, and it's amazing. It's just she's contracted diseases herself while tending to these animals. So it's crazy. The other Mr. Raut, the other hero, he teaches children of all ages and for free. Anybody can come and sit in this class. And these people are not talked about.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely. Yeah.
education is what we really, really need,
Yeah.
especially given the times, you know. And this is something that these guys are doing every day without expecting anything in return. So the idea of "Main hu zami asma bhi" is that today you decide to be something, and tomorrow you decide to be something
Else.
exactly opposite.
Uh,
The choice is yours alone, and the freedom
Definitely.
to make that choice is yours alone. You know, nobody can take that freedom away from you. So "Main hu zami asma bhi." मैं जर्रा
Uh,
हूँ कहकशां भी. I am a particle and I'm also the galaxy. हुकुम हूँ मैं इल्तिजा भी. Like I am the order, I'm also the request. मैं हूँ जमी आसमां भी.
So
Sums it up.
when did you think about adding a whole choir for the song? By the way, when I saw the BTS video of the choir singing, I literally got goosebumps while watching that video. So how did the choir concept came in? Were you planning all this while, or
uh,
it came much later in the
no. So that wasn't there really.
Mhm.
So a lot of the times what happens is that in all the songs that we write, I end up stacking the choruses up with a lot of harmonies and lots of vocal layers and stuff like that. This time around though, the idea for the choir came from a guitar player Rishi, who
Mhm.
said, "Bro, let's put a choir in the final chorus. It'll just make the song big." Because we were trying to find an element that could make the final chorus, like that could just lift up the final chorus, and we weren't able to find it. So then Rishi came up with this idea, and I'm like, yeah, this idea does have merit. And he's like, let's not do the harmonies ourselves, let's get other singers to collaborate on this. So then I reached out to my friends, he reached out to his friends, and we put like a group together who would come and do this as a favor for us, you know, because we definitely didn't have the budgets to pay
Yeah.
22 singers, and they actually performed for us for free.
Wow.
And they were really happy about doing this, and I got really emotional at the end of that session, because I'm like, thank you so much guys. It means, like, nobody takes
Yeah.
time out of their day to help you out
Exactly.
like this, you
And
know.
that is so
And
many
we,
people. Yeah.
yeah, 22 people, and we
Yeah.
recorded them for like a good 4 5 hours. Like, a big shout out to Shantanu Hudlikar, who used to be the chief engineer at YRF. He literally poured the essence of his expertise into recording that choir, which is why that choir sounds
Sounds
like
amazing. Yeah.
something else
Huge. Yeah.
altogether, you know.
Uh-huh. So just one request, if you could sing two lines of the song. मैं हूँ जमीन आसमां भी नजर रहूं मैं कहकशां भी हुकुम हूँ इल्तिजा भी. ओ, मैं हूँ ज़मीन आसमां भी. Oh. Whoa, that was just amazing, Anand. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for your time. And people who are watching right now, do follow Anand Bhaskar and his collective on various social media handles and show some love to the guys making some amazing music. It was lovely having you on Radio Olive
Thank you so
106.3
much,
FM.
Vivek, for having me on Radio Olive, and thank you so much for, like, so it's always a great opportunity for artists like us. So thank you so much.